In today's video, I'm going to share with you some of our favorite things to do, see, and eat in Biloxi and Gulfport, Mississippi. Come along with us. Let's start off by talking about where we stayed when we were in Gulfport. So we stayed in two side-by-side townhomes that were in the same Vrbo listing. It was great for our big family and my mom and sister and nephew who were also traveling with us. Meant that we had plenty of space for everything. The townhomes had everything we could have needed for our beach days and for cooking in the homes and more. So I highly recommend this little spot. If you're looking for a place to stay in the area, I'll leave it linked in the description box down below. And like I said, the other benefit of this home was that it was just a couple blocks from the Gulfport public beaches. The public beaches in Gulfport and Biloxi, pretty much the entire Mississippi coast, is not the cleanest looking beaches. Most people don't spend a lot of time in the water when they visit the coast in Mississippi. They do monitor the water to make sure it's safe for the water quality. It was safe the time that we were there, so we did spend one day at the beach that was right by our townhome. But the best way to experience the beaches in Mississippi is by visiting Ship Island. It does cost money to ride the ferry over to Ship Island. It's about an hour ferry boat ride there. It's a very smooth ride though, so don't worry too much about getting seasickness. I get motion sickness very easily. I did take some Dramamine, but it was perfectly fine for me. And we had a great time on the boat ride over there. We saw dolphins on the way. Honestly, for the price that it costs you to take the ferry boat ride over to Ship Island per person, it's worth it. We've paid for just dolphin encounter, like boat rides that have been that much. And it was just a really fun experience. But then once you get to the island, you have the whole day to explore. Now, I would recommend packing very light because you do have to walk on the boardwalk quite some ways to get over there. They have plenty of chairs and umbrellas though that you can rent there, so just take the basics. Take your sunscreen and towel. They have snacks on the island as well. The food was actually pretty good and affordable, so this is a must-do in my opinion if you're going to Gulfport. The kids had so much fun playing on the beaches, finding the crabs. Highly recommend a day at Ship Island.
Is this its eggs? I grabbed it. It has eggs, I think.
Lexi found a little sand crab. While you're on Ship Island, don't forget to explore the fort that's there. Sometimes they will do tours. It was pretty hot the day that we were there, so we decided to spend most of our time at the beach, and we made a quick stop at the fort on our way back to the ferry. Back on mainland in Gulfport, we stopped at Fishbone Alley for a quick look at their colorful art murals. Fishbone Alley is literally just one alleyway between some bars and restaurants that we didn't go to any of those. We just made a quick stop through to look at the art. I think my family was done in about 60 seconds or so, but I spent some more time taking photos and videos, and I do think it's worth a quick stop here in Gulfport. favorite restaurant in Gulfport was Felix's Restaurant and Oyster Bar. Mark and I snuck away for a date night here. It was right down the road from where we were staying in Gulfport, and we loved the atmosphere of this place. Beautiful views. It had live music, great service, and the food was really good. We liked everything that we got, but we highly recommend the charbroiled oysters. Gulfport and Biloxi are pretty well known for their casinos, and that's one of the reasons that people choose to visit these towns, but there's so much more to Biloxi than the casinos. I want to highlight some of the things that we did, including this Apollo 13 statue. So one of the Apollo 13 astronauts is actually from Biloxi originally, and we thought this was a really nice tribute to him. Also just a really beautiful spot right there on the beach.
Is that one of the guys?
Yeah, that's the guy. He's from Biloxi.
You're right, it was Hank.
Another beautiful tribute and thing that you must see in Biloxi is the Hurricane Katrina Memorial. Not far from the Hurricane Katrina Memorial is a group of murals that you can find adjacent to local shops and businesses, including the Greetings from Biloxi mural, some great photo taking opportunities in this little area. But when it comes to souvenir shopping in Biloxi, you've got to stop at Shark Heads. The building itself is really cool, lots of photo taking opportunities, and our kids had a lot of fun exploring this store. Lex, what happened?
No, my baby!
Another recommendation is the Hard Rock Cafe in Biloxi. We stopped at the Hard Rock Casino mostly for the vibes because they have a lot of music, memorabilia, and cool like photo taking opportunities inside the Hard Rock Casino and Hard Rock Cafe. But what we didn't expect was to love the food and the service at the Hard Rock Cafe so much. So if you're looking for a great restaurant in Biloxi with some cool vibes, especially if you are a music lover, we highly recommend the Hard Rock Cafe.
Hard Rock.
Last but not least in Biloxi is the Paradise Pier Ferris wheel. So the Paradise Pier is an amusement park area right outside of Margaritaville and the Golden Nugget Casino. We showed up just to ride the Ferris wheel, so you can purchase single ride tickets, which is what we did for our family, but they had several other rides, this really cool carousel, and so you can purchase an unlimited wristband and spend more time at this amusement park if you want to. But I highly recommend the Ferris wheel. You can do this during the daytime and see views of the beach, or at nighttime and you can see all the lights of Gulfport and Biloxi. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for following us along. We'll see you again in the next adventure. Bye-bye.